Here it is summertime. When you can pile into the station wagon with your whole family. Oh, the days of punch buggy and he's touching me. Oh, I look back on those days like they'll never return, which they won't. But, wow, those were the glory days. Just went on just a little jaunt to drive to a cousin's wedding or a nephew's wedding. And I brought the kids. Oh, my gosh. And then we thought, wouldn't it be nice, since we're going to be in Wyoming anyway, to drive back and go through the park? I mean, when was the last time we went to Yellowstone? Answer, for everybody else in the family, never. Me, back in the 80s, seen it. It's nice. Let's move on with our lives. But I would have been a little more forceful had I realized, things have changed since the 1980s. I know, hard to believe. First of all, first question for the entire state of Wyoming, where do you buy milk, gum, or gas? I went about 300 miles without seeing anything. Safety tip, when you see a gas station and you're going into Wyoming, stop. Put extra gas into your pants pockets if you have to, because it's going to be a long time before you see anything resembling a gas station. It was like, I don't know, we were about 300 miles into it, and the truck was like, I'm not going to make it much longer. And we see this big sign, just says gas. Doesn't say a brand, which should have been our first tip-off. Just rising over the horizon just says gas. Well, our second tip-off should have been that it just said ga, because the S was broken out. When we got to the ga station, there was no ga or gas or station. There was nothing but a sign. Now, I went through several towns of about, thriving metropolises of 30 people, and I wanted to knock on the doors and say, where do you get your milk? Are you hiding these stores just over the next hill off of the highway? Because I know you have to go to a store. Everybody's got to get something, and you're not driving 300 miles. This is something to keep tourists out of your state, and I respect you for that. However, for those of us just traveling by, could you throw in a gas station from time to time? So we go through probably one of the more ugly parts of Wyoming, which is the southern part of Wyoming. It looks like you landed on the moon if you didn't have the lovely view of space. So we're driving through the just beautiful parts. On the way out, we're almost, there were giant signs that said deer crossing, cow crossing, antelope crossing. When they say, where the deer and the antelope run, they mean run, okay? And if you are driving your car, you should probably stop. I'm just saying you should probably stop, because they'll look at you and they'll see your car going one direction and then they're going another direction. But for some strange reason, the minute they see you, they're like, I've got to cross the road. It's fantastic. So it's like a little sport that you play all the way. You're kind of the wheel of death. Which one or how many of us in this car are going to die because we've just hit a moose? So we're driving. We do get gas. It was from this very strange gas station. The guy who was working inside, he introduced himself as Midnight. I said, hello, Midnight. It's good to see you. You're the first person I've seen in what seems like days. He was very delightful and helpful, but somebody had just brought a truckload of beehives through the gas station, and apparently they were kind of shimmying out, or at least the tops were. So the gas pumps, those that worked, were swarming with bees. Now, this should have been the indication that we should turn around and go home. You know what I mean? This is not going to... But instead, I got in and I said, hey, kids, it's the Griswold family vacation. Little did I know how true that would become. So we go to Sheridan, which is this beautiful, great town in, I think, northeastern Wyoming. I don't know. I didn't look at a map. I just listened to the lady going, turn here. At your nearest convenience, turn around, butthead. What are you thinking? You missed the turn. So I didn't really look at a map, so I don't know exactly where Sheridan is, but it was in a beautiful part by the Bighorn Mountains, which is tremendous. If you ever get a chance to go there, go there. When teleportation becomes the thing, everybody's going to go there. They're going to love it. So we went there. We stayed a couple of days. Had a wonderful time, great wedding, blah, blah, blah. By the way, did I tell you I was traveling with my son, my daughter, my... nephew and 5 of my son's friends. Teenage boy. They are so much fun to be around. So we get back into the car at 6 o'clock in the morning, and the teenagers do what teenagers now do, which is either just zone everybody out and they're on their computer, or if you're lucky enough to be in a place where there is no communication, gas stations, or people, they sleep. And, you know, mom and dad are in the front going, you guys should wake up. This is quite amazing scenery. And they all wanted to go, no, I got to sleep because I want to see the park. Okay. So we go to the park. Well, first of all, the reason why it says that it takes you like 2.5 hours longer than going around the park, which is a big way to go all the way around the park. Reason why it says it takes you about 2 hours is because little did I know the speed limit there with only 4 roads, and it's just 1 lane each direction for hundreds of miles. The speed limit there is 35 miles an hour. And we're very, very clear. And for those people who didn't go 35 miles an hour because they were looking for buffalo or bear, it's the middle of the day. You're not going to see them. Maybe a buffalo because they don't care. They're out all the time. They eat. And if you get close enough with your camera, they'll kill you. And I was actually rooting for the buffalo several times. So everybody's parked on the sides of the road, and it's really convenient. And we decided we're going to go the extra long way because you can't be this close and not see Old Faithful. Let me just tell you this. If you're ever with somebody and they're your guide and they say, you're this close, you have to see Old Faithful, kill them. I don't say dismiss them. I say kill them. It will be better without them in your life. I don't care who said it. Could be your husband. Could be your wife. Kill them. In this case, it would have been me because I've seen Old Faithful before, and I looked at my wife and I said, it's 19 miles away. Translation, an hour. And it's really cool because, you know, you got to see the largest, log structure in the world, which get over it. And you got to see something that smells like dirty farts going up in the air, 100 or so feet, and it happens every 90 minutes, and it's really exciting. Gee, I hope we didn't miss it, which we just did. So we go off, and it takes us an hour to get there, and then parking, which you couldn't park. The only place we could park was in the gas station, which was conveniently located, thank God, in the park. And I don't really call it parking. I call it more of filling your tank. So if they put a bunch of gas stations around Old Faithful, more people could see it. But I'm not sure if that's true because there were about 10,000 people there. Now imagine the fun of a Disney park in August when they've shut down the park because there's already too many people and it's around noon. Now think of the line without a fast pass to go to Space Mountain, except it's not Space Mountain. It's just the bathroom or the frickin' gift shop. I stood in line at a gift shop, and I thank the Lord Jesus and all of the Holy Family that I married a woman with enough sense that when I was standing in the line for the gift shop, to get into the gift shop, let alone the line inside, and God forbid, the line at the stupid cashier where you're buying crap you don't want, you'll never use. The kids will probably break it or lose it by the time you get home, but you have that great memory of standing like an hour and a half in line to buy that thing that you'll never see again. Oh, the joy of that. So you're in line for Space Mountain, except Space Mountain is the gift shop. And you're outside without any shade, and there's no happy music. There's no line distractions or line control. It's just people out in the middle of a freaking forest waiting to buy some crap that was made in China that makes you feel all American. We didn't get a chance to see Old Faithful because it had blown just before we got to the gas station where we were temporarily parking our cars, and there were about 10,000 people around it. The traffic getting out of that, park, death camp, whatever you want to call it, was just as delightful. Just as delightful.